You know what I was saying in the background? I was saying, hello, let me know if you can hear me or see me. And until one of you tells me whether or not you can, I'll just waffle on for a bit. So hopefully we've got sound now. That was deliberate. It wasn't deliberate that I did. No, I turned it off. I just forgot to turn it back on again. Sound! So, can you see me? Can you hear me? Is that better? Hello, everybody. Mary had a little lamb. Etc. Etc. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Friday night live stream to Fishy Business number 126. Sound loud and clear. Thank you, Scott. 126 of these I've done. That's one a week. That's a lot of weeks. I'm trying to work out how many years that is, but can't do arithmetic in my head, so won't bother. For tonight's delectation, we have, if this is your first time here, let me know, say hello in the chat, but we have a quiz coming up. 20, full complement of questions, 20 questions tonight. We have Humphrey in the background, my illuminous, is that the word I'm going for? My illuminous co-host. He's not illuminous, he's not emitting light. And his new tank, what did you think of the last video that we did, where I showed you setting up this tank? I think it's nice. It's got enough decorations to make it a little bit interesting for me and not to get in the way for him as he tries to headbutt his way out of the glass because he's a moron. But yes, so we've got the quiz. We'll be doing that about 10 o'clock, which if you're not in this country is about 55 minutes from now. We got some random chat as we do most times. If you were here last week, you might have a little bit of a help in the quiz, because I promised there would be questions about the Untouchables. There are. I won't give away any more than that. We also have, touch wood here, a working GoPro. Yay! So what I'll do is I'm going working GoPro that I'm about to break now. I'm going to move myself down there. Out way, as they say. I still quite haven't figured out why it was doing the jumping thing, but I think that might just be because it gets too hot and starts to lose it a little bit. But yeah, we've got the GoPro. We can also go mobile. So if you want me to point the GoPro at something else, I can plug in my little wireless speaker and wander about the fish room. All the lights are off, so we'll need to do something about that. But if you want me to, I don't know, focus on one particular fish and mega tank and zoom in or go and feed them or something like that, we can do that in a bit. We're going to have to do that because I haven't fed them today. And as always, if this is your first time here, the ground rules are: you have to give me a like on the way in or a dislike. You have to click some kind of button either on your way in or your way out. The way in would be nice. No charge other than that for this quality entertainment. If you have questions, we love questions here. This is the place for your questions. It doesn't even have to be about fishy stuff. Any questions? Ask me anything. It's a perpetual ask me anything night to the Friday night Fishy Business stream. Just put the word question in your question and then it highlights your question so I can see your question and answer your question. Hopefully. But yeah, any topics, nothing's off the table. Whatever you want to talk about, let me know. Let me know what you're doing of an evening, what you're enjoying as a tasty snack or beverage. We're back on the Pepsi Max, but we have a problem. The Pepsi Max, which is kept in I was raving about this last week, my new, I almost said beer fridge, it's definitely not a beer fridge, my new fish room fridge seems to have a bit of a thermostatic issue where it's frozen everything. So I came down the other day and a bunch of my cans had exploded, and these ones are still very, very cold, which is nice because it's bleeding hot in here. So it's made it go funny and foamy. It tastes alright, and it's very cold, which is nice. So that's what I'm on tonight. Back off the beer as my health kick continues. So let's dive in and see who have we got here and do some introductions. Silver Creek Here for the good seats, nice and early. That's what we like to see. Fish and Outdoors with Lando. Hello, Lando. Not bad. How are you? I realise you didn't ask me how I was. That's the question I answered anyway. Rebecca's in, ready to be humiliated with all the movie questions in the quiz later on. Scott, how are you doing? There you go. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Anyone else being eaten alive, 14 to be exact, by mosquitoes tonight? Or is it just me? I'm just looking at my main light up there and thinking, Jesus, there's a load of mosquitoes on that. Or midges, as I would call them. But I'm Scottish, so midges leave me alone. I'm alright. But yeah, there's a few of them. What's going on? Where did that come from? I'm hopeful they'll all go and try and find water and get eaten by all the fish and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm now itchy because I can see them. Brian's in. Nice to see you, Brian, as is you, Mark, and Silver Surfer. How are you all doing? Dangerous Dan, he's here. Chat's broke. Hang on, there we go. A lot of CT scans of fish. You have some strange hobbies. Hi from Doncaster. Hi from Sheffield, NJW. Thank you. Hi from Sweden. Hi from Sheffield. How are you? Aquarium Delirium. Hello from the end of the Roman Wall. I was watching your office build videos recently. Looking good. Looking good. No sound. No sound. Yeah, got it. I know. Okay. Oh, now I've lost chat completely. Hang on. If I move it like that, that'll be a bit more like that, and I can do. Yeah, there we go. No sound, no sound, no sound, no sound. Scotland are 3 up. Excellent. Good evening, David. That's better, thank you, Miranda. I can't hear anything. Oh. Can now, a bit sticky. Oh. What? That must be on your end. Sorry, Lisa. This is my first time here. Who are you? Well, let me answer any and all questions, I said. Welcome, Scott. Nice to see you. My name's Graham, and I'm a fish enthusiast. I think that's the best way to describe it. I'm definitely not a fish expert. Fish nerd, maybe. I like to learn about them, and I have a few fish tanks. And my channel is all about me experiencing my hobby and showing you all the disasters that ensue. I think that kind of sums it up. I think I remember watching your streams around 2020. Jeez. You'd think I'd be better at it by now, wouldn't you? Says the man who just started the stream with no sound. It's a bit wonky. It's going from left to right. Sound. Is that from anyone else? Is anyone else having that? Brian, another Brian. Hello, Brian. Untouchables, yes. You don't remember, we talked about it last week. The film. You're not going to have time to watch it before we start the quiz, though. Would be 2012. Well, let's delve in, shall we? Let me get rid of that. Where's my thing gone? Little face. Let's have a look and see when the first time I streamed was. Ooh. It says 145 streams I've done here. I'm only on 126. What gives? Look at these. Fishy Business number 31 all those years ago. Fishy Business number 1, 3rd of October 2020. General Q&A and chance to catch up. Sum up. It's as if I've never been away. I haven't made any effort to update the description of my live stream. Ah dear. That's embarrassing. 2020. So I had a few, they were just called Friday Night Live before that. So, well, I'm on way more than that then, I guess. The 10k giveaway. Remember when I got to 10,000 subs? That shows you how slowly I'm growing. That was in December 2020. So my first ever live stream was in October 2018. There you go, that was wholly uninteresting. I'm sorry to have troubled you all with that. Megatank water is looking crystal clear. It should do. It's been on constant water change. I'm doing a drip, not a drip acclimation, a drip water change. I think it looks a bit dark still. So I've actually got 4 lights on Megatank at the moment. But my lovely friends at Fluval are sending me a couple of new lights that I can try out on Megatank and see if we can make that a little bit brighter, see if we can make the colours pop. And if not, I'll give them away as a prize. Stephen P. enjoying a bottle of tap water. That's what we like to see, nice and healthy. Salutations, Fish Fam, says Fish Fam Link. Hello again. Pepsi Max in Malibu again for Dangerous Dan. The quiz will not go well for you if you keep going like that, you know. What is the black and white Oscar from John in Swindon? You're John in Swindon asking me what is the black and white Oscar. I gotcha. It's just an Oscar. I mean, they were sold to me as... Where are they, in fact? Oscars? Oh, there they are. They were sold to me as Colombian wild type Oscars. I don't know any more than that. They're both slightly different. One of them seems to be a bit of a... maybe a slight long fin morph. And the other one seems to be a little more standard. So, as you can see them there, I realise I'm pointing the mouse at them, but you can't see the mouse. The one at the back that's slightly lighter coloured, that's the slightly bigger one, the older one. But the other one's catching up fast. The bigger one's paler and always goes paler, whereas the smaller one always has that kind of reddy colour in them as well, and is always a bit darker. But yeah, they're just Oscars. But I do quite like them. What's going on, Gordon? Your eye looks a bit funny. Going to have to go and have a wee look at that. So we can trial the mobile microphone. Let me know if this works. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, Gordon looks like he's got some kind of injury on just above his eye. I don't know if he's bashed it on something. They do get quite boisterous when they feed. But yeah, it looks like it's just above his eye, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Plenty of fresh water, and hopefully they'll be okay. So I'll give them a bit of a feed. I'm going to go with the Sinking Cichlid Gold. And Massivore Delight. 1.8 goldfish in every pellet. But yeah, bit of a nasty scrape he's got there on his eye, or just above his eye. Can't see anything that he's displaced. The snakeheads in general are notorious jumpers, so if he's jumped up and bashed off the lid, maybe lifted a scale, it kind of does look like a scale's been lifted rather than an attack don't think any of these fish are daft enough to try and attack him. Did that work? Could you hear me? You horrible, horrible people. So, this mic's fine and all. I couldn't get it to sound quite as good as this one, but you know, it'll do for wandering about in the fish room. Right, we have things going on. Dangerous Dan says, Graham! What? Ivan says, congratulations on your mega tank that is finally tight. I have built almost the same size. Is really beautiful. Thank you, Ivan. It's nice to have someone congratulate me, because most of my comment section recently has been full of, you sir are an idiot. You do not understand the basics of structural mechanics. You this. Full of breath of fresh air people. So, I do like a condescending comment as much as the next man. I was looking at this earlier because it just made me laugh. What was the comment? Let me show you. I try as much as possible to answer the majority of my comments, but it's getting harder and harder. Not because I get more and more comments, just time is less and less time to do things. But it was this one. I don't know if you can see this. When you embark on an engineering challenge that involves structural components, it is imperative to do the math. It's got a fucking S on the end of it. It's maths. It's not mathematic. It's mathematics. Maths. Let's see if you can make that a bit better. Doing the math, mathematics, points out the problems that would otherwise be unforeseen problems. From what I can tell, you grossly underestimated the numbers because you shortcut the actual math. Maths. It's maths, you idiot. 1. I didn't grossly underestimate anything. I did the math. I got the math wrong, but I did the math. And when I made an entire video about me doing the math and working out the pressures that were involved. Anyway, there's a saying that says when you pray for rain, you have to deal with the mud. Should have did the math first. Measure twice, cut once, my friend. I wouldn't trust that tank. No way, no how that it wouldn't kill all my fish. Luckily, none of your fish are in it, so you can have. It's just a matter of time before you have a complete failure. We call this playing engineering Russian roulette. Who's we? You don't have friends. If you would have done the math, you wouldn't be praying for rain. I'm not, so it's fine. So, my comment was, you're a ray of sunshine, aren't you? Hey, sorry about that, but I'm just spitting facts, my friend. You're playing with fire, and the fish you put in the tank are in the line of fire. Right, that's 2 different types of fire. You're mixing your metaphors now. Playing with fire refers to playing with matches, hot things, playing with actual fires. The line of fire is standing in front of a gun. I'm not taking advice from someone who mixes metaphors. Let's just put that out there. Sometimes the truth hurts, but accepting that truth could save you a lot of pain down the road. Don't you think I know this? Have you not seen the 5,000 videos of pain fixing the bloody thing? Don't be that guy who built the Titan sub. He also bypassed. That's not how you say or spell that. Bypassed is one word. The math and engineering to save money. No, he didn't. There's a reason you built your own instead of paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a proper tank that size. Yes. check you out while you're Sherlock Holmes sleuthing, investigationing. To save money, you bypassed, you got it in one word this time, the proper engineering, the proper fuck off. There's always a price to pay for that. This tank is giving you the warning signs, the rest is on you, and you can't say you haven't been warned. Cheers, arsehole. When you engineer a structural component, you need to exceed its structural needs to ensure it's safe and you're trying to cure cancer with band-aids. No, I'm not. I'm trying to build a fish tank. If I was trying to cure cancer, I wouldn't build a fish tank. If I was trying to cure cancer, I wouldn't use band-aids either. It's the worst metaphor I've ever heard. Sorry, we've gone into rant town a little bit early today. And breathe and relax. Now I've made everything really big because I've zoomed in on that. Let's go back to 100%. Okay. Everyone will have gone now because of that, no doubt. I apologise to everyone. I welcome and enjoy all your comments. Sometimes. The 27th of this month is 5 years of streaming. Wow. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing I'm so bad at it after doing it for 5 years. Question from Anita. You nearly got me there. Well, Anita, how many years have you been doing this? See, if I'd only been doing this for 4 years, that would have caught me out. Ivan, greetings from Switzerland. Hello from Sheffield. Lee from Bolton. Hello from Bolton. No, Sheffield. Hello, Bolton, from Sheffield. I go to Bolton quite a lot. One of my clients for work, or my main client for work, is in Bolton. So, don't know where I was going with that, other than to say I know Bolton and have been there several times. What is the temp in the fish room now? A bazillion? It's so high. In fact, I need to show you this. I showed you in my last video. I'm claiming the moral high ground about temperature controllers and how you're irresponsible if you don't use a temperature controller, because temperature is the one thing that kills fish more than anyone else. And I'm using an Elitech STC 1000 temperature controller to make sure I've got everything under control. Now, bear with me and watch this. Nope, wrong button. Hang on. So, the Elitech STC 1000. It's gone mental! For those of you listening along on podcast version, podcast, it says it is 70 degrees Celsius in here. It isn't, so don't worry about that. But it is high 20s, 27. I've had to have the door open. Insulating this room hasn't worked as well as I thought it would, because it's made it just so hot. You may see a bit of a sheen on the old noggin. But yeah, it's ridiculously hot in here. It'll be good for winter, but yeah, none of the heaters are on. Every tank is hotter than it needs to be. And yeah, it's a little bit hot. Which means the frozen Pepsi Maxis aren't a bad thing. Hello from Indiana, says Fish and Outdoor with Lando. Clark's Mini Fish Room, hello. Back in a minute. The missus just told me I have a baby Adolphi Corey. Oh, very cool. Elisa says hi from a scorching hot Dublin. Well, for us paddies anyway, I know. As a fellow Celt. How did you all find Graham's channel? I'll go first. Megatank. Yeah, you're the one. Megatank was meant to be my... Oh, this will bring the people in. I think it brought you and no one else. But I'm glad some people found it through Megatank. That's not true. A few people have said they came for Megatank for the idea, hoping for advice or some good tips on how to build a Megatank, and stayed for the disasters. You had non-Friday night ones. Yeah, my first few live streams weren't Friday night live streams. They were just... So I think I did one when I bought my Felix Smart. And I just randomly when I had some time. And then I think it was... That's the bloody midges. I think it was during lockdown that I started doing them regularly on Friday because there was nothing else to do on Friday night. I found Aquarium Adventures through the king of DIY epic drama. It was not an epic drama. It was a mild disagreement. Ahoy from across the pond, says Cody. Ahoy yourself. Colombian wild type, not sure. Lou might know. Oscars are Oscars to me. Kind of the same. But I was down at the fish shop at Maidenhead Aquatics recently when I bought that last... One Graham, think of your words. What did I buy? I bought the silver dollars. Oh, something's happened. Warren Vintner has become a member. Hello, Warren. Oh, thank you very much, Warren. And they had some Oscars in there, and I was thinking to myself, I'm going to go down, and if they've got any silver dollars, I'm going to get them. If they've got any Oscars, I might seriously consider getting them. And they had some Oscars, and I was like, oh, they look quite nice. I was like, I think you've got this, you've labelled this tank wrong. That says those Oscars are 40 quid each. And you're like, yep. Oh. I think I bought 3 for like 20 quid. I was like, okay, fine. So there must be special Oscars. I don't know. Where's it got cheap? M. Lebo, hello. They could be male and female with the coloration, and their behaviour is a bit of a pair. The larger one, they didn't come as a pair, and the smaller one is just grown much faster than the larger one's pretty much always been that size. The smaller one had got as a tiny little one, and he's just gone. So they might be pairing up now, maybe. Who knows? Hello from Denver. Hello from Sheffield. I scrape lightly, just skin and a few. It looks like a scale when you get up close to it. So hoping that's nothing more than that. Right, sorry, I'm miles behind. Jesus, I am miles behind. Right, sorry, I'm going to try and race through a little bit. But we're not going to skip over comments like that. My snakehead fish is great, you're quite right. And you heard me, good. So we can use that, I can wander about. Must remember though, if I go to the toilet, don't do that. Aquarium Daily, Andrew, hello from the land of pork pies. Hello yourself, hope you're doing well. Can Gordon live in Megatank? Gordon's in Megatank. We'll get the right button one day. What was the point in me buying a stream deck if I can't press the bloody buttons? There you go, there's Gordon in Megatank. You're a rare sunshine. Yes. Is math? I think it is. It's one of those things. I have a few trigger words, so math I will forgive to a degree, because I know of all my American friends out there, you probably call it math. You're wrong, but that's what you've been brought up with, and that's what you say, so I guess I have to forgive it a little bit. But God, does it grate on me when people say math, especially people in this country where you don't say that. The other one is draws. A chest of drawers. Like you're drawing something. It's drawers. Drawer. It's draw, E-R. It's a drawer. It's not a draw, it's a drawer. Sorry. What was I talking about there? Yes, Americans. I literally almost said that same thing. It's a drawing, not a drawing. Yeah. So, sorry for my rant. I apologise. No coffee, Nabo is effed for the quiz today. No, I've put in some location agnostic questions. I think I've even got a few American centric questions today. I've missed the rants over the last couple of... I mean, that was only a mild rant. I know it didn't seem like it, but if somebody comes out and just attacks me, I'm a bit like, yeah, okay. But when someone's a smarmy twat, it really riles me up. Anita Jobby. I need to explain that joke to the non-Scottish people here. The name Anita Jobby is humorous because where most of the English-speaking world might say, mother, father, I need to defecate, or we need to go poo-poo, or I need to go number 2. The Scottish kids would say, Mom, I need a jobby. There you go. Sorry about that. At least the guy in the comments did not mention liquid rubber. Well, there's nothing wrong with liquid rubber. This tank is holding water thanks to liquid rubber now. So, it's got 2 of my tanks are watertight thanks to liquid rubber. Clyington Bolden, you do stuff for AO? No, it's not AO. I don't think I'm allowed to tell you, but it's... No, it's not them. I can tell you not in live stream format. $70 degrees. You must be cooking literally. Yes, it's definitely not 70 degrees. I get this comment quite a lot as well about, oh, you have a dartboard above your computer. That's a recipe for disaster. You must be this, blah, blah, blah. It really focuses the mind, having your dartboard above some very expensive monitors. I definitely don't let my kids play on this dartboard, but yeah, it's made my playing much better. Ahoy hoy, Silver Creek's back. Ivan's moved into new house. The walls are pretty crooked. We always had water damage because the pipe in the wall was not screwed cleanly. Something can always go wrong. Oh yeah, definitely. I imagine if liquid rubber was a prophylactic. So hot. Oh God, it is so hot here. It is ridiculous. Which is why, if you... I'll press some buttons correctly. Join my Discord. You can be horrified with pictures like this. Let me put that over there, move that up a bit, press that button. That was me. Somebody sent me an email at work at 3 o'clock inviting me to a 4 o'clock meeting, and I had to reply, sorry, I have other plans. So we got the paddling pool. So this was the tank, the swimming pool that I used when Mega Tank first broke to put the fish in. So we got it out yesterday and cleaned it all up. Filled it up. Oh, it's fantastic. So I'm going to hide that now because that's horrific. No one needs to see that. But my God, went in last night. It was brilliant. It was so refreshing. When it's that hot, muggy, sticky heat. It's too stifling. You can't breathe, you can't sleep, you can't do anything. It was like an ice bath going in that swimming pool. It was brilliant. So, to mark the occasion, I went to Lidl this evening. So I take my kids to karate on a Friday night. So 2 of them do karate. Then number 3 came with me to do the shops. We had to get a few bits and bobs from Lidl. And lo and behold, they had the Big Brother version of that swimming pool. So I have now bought, I think it's a 7,800 litre swimming pool. It's like 3 and a bit meters circle and twice the depth. It's been filling for the last couple of hours. Probably still be filling when we get around to it tomorrow. I can't wait. Oh, it's brilliant. So the whole family will fit in that. We'll be able to swim around, and I will be very, 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 very happy. The temp on the controllers does not bode well for the electronics. No, something's definitely gone wrong. I was waiting for someone to make that comment. The reason the temperature controller was wrong is because you tried to save money by doing it yourself and couldn't do the maths. Nah, I think the real reason is I've remembered why I had that one spare and haven't been using it for a while. So I'm just going to get another proper temperature probe for the Felix, and then we'll be good there. My fish room, plant room is warm. Interviews where I have to close the door. That's the worst thing. So when I did have the kids, though, that swimming pool picture that I showed you, it's kind of just outside the garage and not that far away from it. So the kids were going mental when they came home from school, and I'm sitting on conference calls and everyone's going, "Whoa, what's going on there? Graham, what's all that noise?" Yeah, it's just neighbours' kids, so it's fine. No, it's fine. But this afternoon I so just wanted to start doing all my calls from the pool. You know, headset on, little floating desk, get the laptop on there. What's that splashing noise, Graham? Oh, I don't know. Interference. Must be something weird. Just don't worry about it. King of DIY must have brought a few people in. I think it did. I mean, it brought in a lot of weirdos. I'm not going to lie. If you're one of them and you're still here, then you're not who I meant. But the King of DIY has a lot of people that really hate him. So when I made a video that was in any way negative about them, they all jumped on it and they were like, "Oh, he's this, he's that, he's the other. Oh, be our friend." And I was like, "No, I don't want to be your friend." But yeah, I mean, at the time it was a big video for me. It's now not even in the top 10, 20 videos. How could I check that? Because that was I have spoken to the King of DIY several times since then, and that was one of the things he did. He's like, "Oh, I'm fed up all these people using my name for clout, like you did." And I was like, "Hang on, I didn't use your name for clout, and I didn't get any clout." He's like, "Oh no, it's the #1 video on your channel," and I had to sit and go through my analytics and go, "No, it isn't. It's the number 11 video on my channel at the time." But if how do I do this? Sorry, I'm looking at my thing to see if I can. How do I see my top performing videos? Click that button. Top videos. Right, here we go. Blank page. So these are all my top videos. My one and only 100,000 view video, Discus Fish Basics. A second most popular video, Freshwater Aquarium Sump. And that's weird. So I made that video, and for months, 3 months, 4 months, like 500 views. And all of a sudden it just went wow, and has continued to go wow ever since. Goldfish Pond, Discus Fish Room, How to Breed Discus, Discus Fish the Basics. I should make more Discus videos. CO2 diffuser, How to Remove Snails, Biohome, Discus CO2, Cheap Aquarium Stand, Buying Fish from Pets at Home, Fahaka Puffer, Discus, also more Discus Bond Filter, Bog Filter, Freshwater Sump. And then when I way down here, the king of bad career moves. So that isn't even the first one. That was like when he did that weird Instagram live thing and started just being a mentalist. But yeah, my original King of DIY video. So way, I can't even find it. We need to talk about the king, way down here. So I don't know how many that is, but it's probably not even in the top 50 anymore. But people still talk about it, and I guess it is what it is. Your rant about Mega Jank brought me. I do have a thing for a bit of a ranter. Didn't know about the DIY. I mean, it's fine now. We're friends. Well, we're probably not friends. We were never enemies or anything. I just had some things to say and said them, and he didn't like. So we had a bit of back and forth, but it's all water under the bridge now. I originally found the stream by searching for test kit comparisons. Wow, even my boring videos bring in new people. Excellent. Thanks, Dangerous Dan. Oh god, I'm miles away again. I still don't know the backstory to the DIY royal drama. Ugh. How can I do the potty history of it? I felt I was a fan. I bought his book, I watched his videos. I'm in a small niche of aquarium YouTubers. I was a very small bit of a small niche of aquarium. He was the number one, so everybody watched him, everybody knew about him. He was always going on about inspiring people and bringing people into the hobby, but he was having problem after problem and cycling through fish faster at a rate of knots. More disasters than me. He was using pipes, the wrong sorts of pipe, and the thing that irked me was his name is the King of DIY, and everything he was doing was DIY was terrible. It was like using hose clips, we call them Jubilee clips, using Jubilee clips on ribbed hoses where you know that's just going to split the hose immediately. There are special types of clips for using with those hoses. And he's going, oh, no one could ever have predicted this. Well, no, everyone could have. And then there was loads of fish were being cycled through. There was loads of other dramas had been going on in the background. So you hear all these stories in the background about things about he didn't actually build any of the tanks that he says he built. So there was a guy that showed me pictures of him building the tanks and handing them over to Joey, and then Joey said, I built this, and he's going, no, I did. So there was all these things that he wasn't doing much DIY. But it was some of the more obvious animal husbandry type things that I was like, oh no, that's not how you do that. And I'm not an expert, and I knew that wasn't how you did that. So I made that video saying, we need to talk about the King of DIY, where I said things like, well, I don't think he's that good at DIY. And I think he's promoting some bad practices. And that was about it. And then everybody that loves him came for me. He jumped in, did a bit of stirring as well. So I made another video exactly the same because I thought, this is brilliant. And that was it. And then we had a bit of a tete-a-tete back and forth. I spoke to him on the phone a few times. He was going to he asked me to come on to his. He did a podcast. I was like, I can't see any good coming out of that, to be honest. Yeah, and we kind of left it as it was. It was like, fine, like I don't really care what you do. Do what you do. It's fine. You make videos like that all the time, so whatever. And that was it. It was done. And yes, I got a few videos where I got, I don't know, there's maybe like 50,000 views in total out of all the 3 or 4 videos that I made about him, which isn't that much. And it caused me loads of grief because people were, he has his minions who came and tried to trash everything that I was doing. So it is what it is. Hans arrived in time for Mega Tank, but got hooked by the live streams. Oh, thank you. I found him randomly on my YouTube feed, so I listened in, and then heard that Chris might he has and have been sucked in ever since. This beauty. Only Oscars says Oscars are everything to her. Who would have thunk it, eh? Yeah, that's about it. I don't think we'll ever be friends, but we're not enemies. Well, certainly I don't care about him enough to be an enemy, and I certainly don't think he cares about me enough to be an enemy, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, I'm going to try and get down, because we've only got about 10 minutes before we start the quiz. What about sport versus sports? Yeah, you know me on that one. It's alright if you're talking about multiple sports. Okay, yeah, let's not get in there. Y'all would hate it in Texas. Coldwater Aquatics, good evening, how are you? I'm going to try and scoot on down. Pardon me, I'm a bit burpy. So the big swimming pool is for when the pond springs leak. No, the big swimming pool is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was a bit like, oh, this would be cool, let's get a bigger one. And then I got it and I was like, holy shit, that's a bigger one. So I can definitely swim in it. Humphrey, did you hear that? Him headbutting the glass there. It's like, stick the heat in you. It would make an epic koi pond. Yes, I didn't mean you, Rebecca. You're not the weird. Well, someone who's never seen a film before 2001. That's kind of weird. You're a good kind of weird. Question: don't release fish in the wild. If Graham was stalking a river in his nature, try that again. If Graham was stalking a river in nature in his homeland, what would be in it? If Graham was stalking a river in nature in his homeland, what would be in it? What? I don't know. I'll let you answer that. Aquarium Daily's still here. We were getting worried about you. Pelham's Aquatics, his old videos were great DIY. That was another of my issues. I bought his book, which isn't down here, it's upstairs, and it was full of things that he was claiming credit for inventing. Well, this is how you make a stand. 1 billion people had made stands that way before he had, and he was trying to copyright it as his version. And claiming to have invented certain ways of doing things, like, what was the other one? Do you remember there was a time where all the rage was to get like a 2-litre bottle, fill it full of K1, put an air stone in it and have a tumbling thing. He 100% popularised that and made that go everywhere, but people were doing that years and years. As soon as K1 was invented, people were doing that. But he was like, look at this thing I've invented. And so there was loads of things in the book that I know people were doing that before. I've spoken to old people who, they were like, yeah, we used to do that in the 60s. Joey was not around in the 60s, so he could not have invented that. Anyway. Tex got some discus a couple of weeks ago, so the discus videos got me here. Good. It's the one thing I almost know something about. The flower horn is trying to kill. Yeah, he is a bit grumpy. I don't know why. You've got your big, beautiful tank. All that lovely sand to wallow in. So when he had a dusting of sand, he was constantly trying to wallow. Since I've put in loads of sand, he has not once tried to wallow in the bloody sand. I know it doesn't look like it's extra thick, but I've employed an epic technique. Because I don't like that when you have like 3 inches of sand on view on the bottom of your aquarium. So I've got some duct tape and just raised the level so it looks like, see? Everyone I've shown so far says that looks stupid, but I think it looks great. Question 2. I fed the shrimp their favourite food, but I just checked and it's all gone. I am 99.9 sure I fed the right amount. Should I just give them more? I don't want them to explode shells. My general take on feeding things like that is, if in a set time period, if you feed and it all goes, a little bit more goes in to see if they take it or not. Unless it's a stupid amount. How are you going to read that out? We've got 50 something people, 56 people in here, only 42 likes. Can we get a few more likes before we start the quiz? I'm going to show you the quiz. I said that as if I was actually able to do that. So, just check that I've done the time. That was a big splash. We check the GoPro. All still alive. Confirm that. Save that. We're on 126, aren't we? Host that. All ready for the quiz. Remember, you have to play the quiz. It's fun. It's forced fun. If you're here, play along. It's just a bit of fun. There will be a prize for the winner wherever in the world you live. I'm going to do classic. I'm going to host. Random question order. Host now. I'll turn down the volume. And post the link. So if you want to play the quiz, the link has just been posted in chat. The rules are fastest finger first. So I think it was Dangerous Dan employed a technique last week of just guessing straight away. Because, I mean, the rewards can be good if you know the answer. You can get in there quite quickly and get the big points. But the quicker you answer correctly, the more points you get. Dangerous Dan came dead last. So it might not be a technique everyone wants to employ. But yeah, it's a bit of fun. Some fishy questions, more and more non-fishy questions. Yeah, that was one of my things as well. Saying, no they don't. Vets and zoologists do not go to him for advice. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I'm so far behind. I'm confused about maths. I'm confused about math now. You're alright. You're American. You can get away with it, I suppose. But just know you're saying it wrong. It's maths. There's more than one of them. The king of DIY was interested when he was trying to open a public aquarium. I did feel quite sorry for him when I was watching that. And the associated drama, it was like a Canadian aquatic EastEnders. It was a bit, wasn't it? Poor bugger. That didn't go well for him, did it? Such a great idea, the quiz. It was, wasn't it? Alright, we've got 19 of us. Come on, let's see if we can get up to 20. Can we get 20 people in? Bypassing the battered fish comments. Everything here is math class and math. I'm not saying that it's not common over there, it's just that it's wrong. Math as in basic math. No, maths as in basic maths. So, I've had enough of this maths nonsense. It's my live stream. There we go, 20. Really? You can play Flappy Bird while you wait? I didn't know that. I didn't know that was... I don't get to play that. Are we ready, people? Do we think we're going to get any more, or are we going to go for it? Remember, fastest finger first, but you have to be right. As Dangerous Dan will attest to. 21! Right, if you want, I'm going to start it now, but if you just join and you're furiously trying to think up a witty name, that's fine. You can join, you might just miss one question. 22! I think this might be a record. 23! Right, we're going to go for it. Are we ready? Get ready. The average daily global sea surface temperature beat a 2016 record this week. What did it reach in Celsius? Oh, I've made the thing too small. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. What temperature did it reach? It was 20.96 degrees. Well done, 3 people. That was a bit of a hard one to start on. But well done, Tex, Moni, Lee and Lando. I'm going to crack open another frozen Pepsi Max. If you hear an explosion, it's just that. Which originally Asian native fish, sometimes called a living barometer, goes by the scientific name Mesgurnus angelicoidal. Where have I put my can? Angelicoidal. Weather loach, coolie loach, Pakistani loach or yo-yo loach. I know Pakistani and yo-yo are the same thing. It was, of course, the weather loach. What have I done with that? Oh, it's right here. It didn't explode on me. But it's still frozen. What fish is this? Is it a discus, a corridorus? If it was maths, it would be a corridora. An Oscar or a neon tetra? Surely we know this one. The neon tetra, 69%. Shadow straight in there in just over 2 seconds. We should maybe give like a secondary prize for the fastest finger. So whoever's answers correctly fastest. Which actor wasn't in the film Untouchables? Robert De Niro, Sean Connery, Kevin Costner or Al Pacino? Surprise, surprise. Rebecca says, not seen the Untouchables. I do feel like I'm bullying you now about the lack of films. It was, of course, Al Pacino. Which juggler knew? Juggler won last week. I still haven't sent your prize out. I'm sorry. I will get round to it. Remember, there will be prizes. I didn't say how quickly there will be prizes. Who is the shortest? Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, me, or Jean-Claude Van Damme? Smart money would be on Jean-Claude Van Damme. Or is this a ruse? It's Jean-Claude Van Damme. He is 5'8". Sylvester Stallone's 5'9". I'm 6 foot. Arnie's 6'1" or 2, I think, or ish. What is the study of fish called? Entomology, ichthyology, ornithology, never seen a film made before 2001-ology. What is the study of fish called? A little dig at our favourite freshwater ichthyologist there. It is ichthyology, of course. Entomology is insects, ornithology is birds. Never seen a film before 2001 is Rebecca. Fish in the lead, quiz mode activated. Close behind. 2 people were accused of driving an excavator through which ancient landmark this week, pictured here, to create a shortcut? Was it Hadrian's Wall, Chichen Itza, Great Wall of China, or the Pyramids of Giza? Arnie's 5'11". If you see a picture of him without, why? I'm the tallest then. It was the Great Wall of China. Apparently, over 30% of the Great Wall of China has been destroyed by that kind of stuff. Fish in the lead. I said close behind earlier, but fish in the lead by miles. Name this US state. Is it New York? I don't know how they speak in Alaska, so I'm just going to say Alaska. Texas or Colorado? A hint, it's where they say everything's bigger. One for Tommy. Texas. Look who got that one first. Right, we're on to question number 9. Which style of aquascaping relies on fast, heavy plant growth using plants of multiple complementary shapes, sizes and colours? Is it hardscape, Dutch, nature or jungle? It's not what the picture is, by the way. It is Dutch. Well done, everyone. A fish with a 50-point lead. Can they retain that for the next 10 questions? Which small shoaling species from South Africa has a silvery body, striped tail and brightly coloured head? Is it a rummy-nosed tetra, a bleeding heart tetra, a yellow lab chichlid, deliberate spelling mistake, or a Congo tetra? I thought I put a picture with this question to confuse and distract, but something went wrong, obviously. It is, of course, a rummy-nosed tetra. I was a thinker, that one. That was 3.5 questions. 3.5 seconds for the question. What was the name of the goldfish in the TV show American Dad? Is it Buddy, Klaus, Henry, or Gilbert? You can see I'm struggling for fish-related questions now, where I'm plumbing the depths of animated fish from TV shows. It's Klaus. Oh, Shadow's in the lead now. Fish could not retain it. Which of these qualities does the Oxford Dictionary list under the definition of fish? Limbless, warm-blooded, has scales, or invertebrate? What is a fish, according to the dictionary? Big Shrimpin', hello, hello, hello. Oxford English Dictionary says they're limbless. Jeff, in with the fastest answer there, gets the big 28 points. It's a year to the day since the Queen died. What was the official cause of death? A nice morbid question for you all. Is it cardiovascular disease, old age, a gunpowder plot, or COVID-19? That made me laugh. Apologies, Your Majesty. What did the old dear die of? Old age. Quizmos activat. So it's tight at the top 3 now. Come on, you can really concentrate and bring this down. Complete this famous line from The Untouchables. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the graveyard, morgue, dentist, aquarium. That was my best Sean Connery voice. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the graveyard, morgue, dentist, aquarium. Of course it was morgue. Juggler, Tex, Quiz, JC, Van Dan and Brian, all pretty fast there. Still tight at the top. Name this classic film. Labyrinth, Willow, The Goonies, or Gremlins? Sorry, Rebecca, that's not going to help you, is it? I've engineered your downfall. was not willow. There you go, there's a clue. It was, of course, the Goonies. What's that done to the top scores? MD Fishbowls is on 2.6 seconds, gets 185 points in total. Nowhere near 257, 230 something, I think, was second. Who once claimed to be the Fred Astaire of karate? Is it Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme, or Bruce Lee? It was, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme. How could it not be? No idea who Fred Astaire is. It's a famous dancer. Alright, I think it's between the top two as we go into the last three questions. Name this band. The Beatles, Tenacious D, the Rolling Stones, or The Who? Come on, you should all get this one. If you haven't got it by now, just guess. It was the Beatles. Bonus points for the album name. Not really, just for fun. Oh, it's a tie at the top. Smash Mouth lead singer Steve Harwell died this week. What film did their biggest hit All Star feature in the opening scene? The Untouchables, Top Gun, Shrek, or The Fast and the Furious? It was Shrek. Hey now, etc. I got copyright claimed last week because I played that Jean-Claude Van Damme commercial. Penultimate question. Golf. Captains have picked their teams for the match play team competition USA versus Europe, but what is it called? Is it the Walker Cup, the Ryder Cup, the Solheim Cup, or the Davis Cup? Oh, Shrek was a good movie. Rebecca's seen that one. What is the competition called? It's the Ryder Cup. Well done, most people. And the last question. You need to do well, Tex, if you want to take it over from Shadow. Shaba. Tian Tian and Yang Guan have to go back to China in December under the terms of a 10-year loan, but which UK zoo are they currently at? Is it London, Edinburgh, Twycross, or Chester? Tian Tian and Yang Guan. No babies. It is Edinburgh. Well done, everyone. Third place, we've got Quiz Mode Activat. Second is Text, and in first place, with another return to the top, it is Shadow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Well done, everyone. Let's have a look at the stats. I'm even considering paying the money to see the extra stats because I like this bit so much. I think they were paying £10,000 to £20,000 a year for the pandas, £750,000 a year for the pandas. That was almost my question because I went, what? How much? So 7.5 million they've paid. In fact, no, because they've been here 12 years because the 10-year deal was extended because of COVID. So nearly £10 million they paid for those. I was going to say whatever the opposite of horny is, those unhorny pandas. So we had 26 players who answered 231 questions correctly. I think 55% correct is the highest we've had. That's pretty good. Shadow got 13 questions correctly and got 310 points, whereas Tex got the same amount of questions answered correctly. See, that's all about the speed. Pardon me. And then, look at that, the top 4 people got the same amount of questions correct. But it's all about how fast you answer those correct questions. And those top 4 people got fewer questions correctly than 5 and 6. That's unlucky. Snow Fair. Look at that, way down here with 11 questions correctly. Moni Lee. You could have been up in like... Okay, a bit higher. Pardon me. Text to... That's why we didn't get people answering those ones. Unlike everyone. Full detailed game reports. I wonder how much it is to upgrade. Oh, up to 300 players if I upgrade to Plus. Hang on. So starter's free. Plus is $2.99. Plus Flex is all of Plus features, but you pay monthly and cancel whenever you want. I don't get how that's a benefit. Okay, maybe if this gets more popular, I'll upgrade and we'll get Plus. Because if we get enhanced game reports and it's enhanced by 1 line and 1 stat, then that's no use whatsoever. Big face, but yeah, once again, everyone, big thanks in chat. Well done, Scott. That was fantastic. That's back to your winning ways. You, my friend, can have the choice of a discount code or a goodie bag. There you go. Let me know. By email. Not in chat or private message, because I never get them because I'm stupid and useless. Right, where do we get to? We've now reached the point where... Oh, I can't see. Now reached the point where I'm so hot and sweaty I can't see. Where it's very much about the questions. You fish. My fall from the top has started. You're doing so well. Strawberries are cute. Hello. Alright. Yeah, they are. You haven't seen 2 of those films. So, those films... can I go back and look at the questions that I said? There must be a way. There must be a way. Name the classic film: The Goonies, Gremlins, Willow, and Labyrinth. So, you must have seen The Goonies. You must have seen Gremlins. You must have seen Labyrinth. Willow, I will admit, that was a bit left field. Willow starring Warwick Davis and Val Kilmer. Both of whom people used to say I looked like. How do you look like both of them? I've never got that. Anyway. Delay so long it would be impossible for me to play. That can't be true. because as soon as I click the button, it's live worldwide. The delay of me reading the questions out might be a bit behind, but you get to answer them the same time as everyone else. You don't answer them on here, you answer them on that website, the Bluekit website. The film questions are killing me. I think I might just turn this into a film quiz. I've run out of fish questions to ask, and people have run out of fish questions to provide me with to ask. And I know a lot of films. Right, where did we get to? I got every question right. I just pressed the wrong buttons. I do that sometimes as well. I knew the pandas cost a lot. Lovely to watch. Yes. But wow. 750 grand. And they still had to feed them. I don't know why I said it like that. As if they wouldn't have to feed them. It's like room and board when you go away on holiday. Your first and the last question. Well done, Andrew. Well done. See, this is the strategy of the quiz. So Lisa says, I'm too long reading the questions. I guessed most of them. There's a fine line between going for it, just immediately guessing. So some questions I try and make it obvious that if you just want to quickly skim read and look at the words, like the ichthyology one, it's clearly going to be a fish question. Ichthyology is the fish question. It's not going to be any of the others, so you can get that quickly. But some of them I like to put in something you have to read, and a bit of a leveler. That's why sometimes I have questions about America, sometimes I have questions about Britain or Europe, just to give everyone a bit of a chance to specialise. Yeah, top 4 the same amount. Yeah, good job, MD, for being the most correct, but getting nothing for it. Doesn't make sense, does it? Specifics. Fun game. I gave him the idea. To be fair, you didn't give me the idea. I got the idea on my own, then realised you've been doing it a lot longer. Never seen Goonies. Never heard of Willow. Never seen Goonies. Can't believe anyone's never seen Goonies. How can you not have seen Goonies? Did you, were you born, got to 4 years old and skipped straight to 20? Were you never a kid and watched Goonies? I find you're often one question, but yeah, so yes, I am, and I guess that can be confusing. It's mostly just for people watching the replay, because there is a delay from me saying it, but you get it. You players get it at the same time, surely. Right, where do we get to? We need sports questions. Well, we do have sports questions sometimes, so I had a golf question this week. I tend to go sports questions that are about things that happen this week. So if there's a big sporting event, I'll generally have a question about that. I've run out of fish questions too. I mean, it's hard, isn't it, after a while? I've heard people... Yeah, I've heard that as well. I think that's because there's an ichthyosaurus. That confuses people. Yeah. I think people think easy for me to say. I think people think ichthyology means dinosaurs as ichthyosaur, even if ichthyosaurus aren't dinosaurs. Ichthyosaurs aren't dinosaurs? I thought the whole saur part of that... Oh, I'm going to have to look this up. Ichthyosaur. Because the saur bit means lizard, doesn't it? I can't remember what I know anymore. Ichthyosaurs, ancient Greek for fish lizard, are ancient aquatic reptiles. So is that the definition we're using? Okay. I'll give them that. Next week I can be a clownfish because I sign in before the quiz and it gives me blue kit coins when I do the quiz to spend on packs. Which I chose aquatic and it gave me a clown. Oh. See all these little gifts that keep on giving. To traumatise people further, pterosaurs aren't dinosaurs either. Are any dinosaurs diners? Any pleco ones? Rebecca's now instantly interested. Question: do you have a meaty food for Humphrey that doesn't sink? Yes. I don't know if I've got any left though. Would you like me to feed him a meaty food that doesn't sink? Let me go and see if I've got any meaty food, because Humphrey does need a feed. No, I've only got the sinking ones. Nabokov has definitely never saw the Goonies. It's way before. Right. Homework. Go and watch Goonies. If you haven't seen Goonies. How can you not have seen Goonies? You need to watch the Goonies. The actor's commentary is the best one. Yeah, I remember that from the DVD extras. But that's... Yeah, how can you not have seen... I don't understand how you can't have seen the Goonies. It was literally... It was everywhere. Hey, you guys... All those jokes and all those videos that I made, nobody get them? I've dressed as characters from the Goonies in many, many Halloweens. And even in video... I have the Superman t-shirt from Chunk and... so I could do the truffle shuffle. Oh, dear. It's okay. Maybe do a type of challenge on the 2-channel. Oh, some kind of inter-channel quiz. I'm sure we could figure something out, couldn't we? The Lions beat the Chiefs. Proper football. Me. I think you're about to get a demotion with your weird craziness. The rugby... I did think about the Rugby World Cup, I must admit. But I should have got that one in. I apologise. Okay, mentioned before, if you're new to the channel, do yourself a favour and please go and enjoy this video. What is the... I can't click on the bloody link. Why can't I go to the... I have no idea what he's sending you to watch, so, you know. welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you again. Large water changes might save your aquarium. I can't even remember that one. Is that my funniest video? I'll have to watch that later. Yeah, everyone, go and watch that video. I can't remember anything about it. Kez hasn't seen Goonies either. Where are you people? How? In what world are you not seeing the Goonies? Right, I remember a time in my life where it was practically impossible for me to not see the Goonies at some point. It was forever in the cinema for like a million years. Everyone I know got taken to see Goonies because it was amazing. And then it was on telly for a good decade, constantly. And then, like, so much memery and the Fratellis, the band The Fratellis. Have you heard of the band The Fratellis? They're named after characters in the Goonies because it's everywhere, so everyone just automatically makes that assumption or connection. And it's good. Go and watch the Goonies. You're missing out. I remember watching that. Watching what? Brian. Barney question just for Rebecca. See, okay, I missed Barney. I'm not from that generation that skipped that. I think people my age from the US got Barney, but it wasn't popular here until a lot later. I was a Teletubbies kid. Now, I also went to a few Halloween parties as a Teletubby. Can't remember which one it was. It's Tinky Winky, La La, something, Po. Tinky Winky, La La, Nit Nit, Po. Nit Nit. Dipsy? Yeah, me and four of my friends, four of my friends, because one of them went as the Hoover. Went to a Halloween party as the Teletubbies once. As adults, we were like 19. Question: if we buy merch through your store, aquariumadventures.co.uk, do you get 100% of the money minus the cost of shipping and the product, or does it go to site hosting too? No, I get everything minus. Yeah, if you buy through the store, a friend of the channel, Phil, prints or embroiders the garment and sends it to you, and he charges me the cost of that, and then the money you pay is a little bit extra, and I get the little bit extra. So there's no site fees or anything like that, because I host my website. I host myself on my own server, so I pay for all that anyway. So yes, if you want to buy anything merch wise and you live in the UK, then definitely aquariumadventures.co.uk. That's the place to go if you fancy any of that stuff. I get most of that money, or I get the most money that way. If you're international, we've got the Spreadshirt shop, where I think I get a couple of dollars off each purchase, if that. But yeah, so all ways to support. They're all appreciated. Go watch Travellers. Is this TV series that you keep trying to get me to watch? Is it this one? Because if it is this one, I have tried to watch this so many times and I just cannot get into it. It's just not my thing. I've tried. Hey, you guys! So you've missed out on this. This means nothing to you if you haven't seen Goonies. I mean, it's dead easy for me to dress up as Halloween as him. Maybe that's why I like it so much. But yeah, I have the mask, I've got the hair, I've got the t-shirt, the braces. Sometimes I don't even do anything, I just go to the pub dressed as him. Is it a comedy? No, it's an adventure. It's the literal definition of an adventure. There's pirates and skeletons and all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's not a horror, it's got kids in it. Do the truffle shuffle? No. Should make it a team quiz. Oh, maybe we could do that. If we could get some kind of independent hosting, and then we pick the best of the quizzers from Aquarium Daily versus the best of the quizzers from Aquarium Adventures, that'd make a good video, wouldn't it? I'd watch that. Because we've had Nabokov has won a few times, Scott Shadow's won a few times, Juggler's won a few times, Fat Kids Win at Seesaw's won a few times. We could get our multiple winners. Yeah, I don't know, what, a team of 4 or 5, something like that? Need to think about this. Apparently we have no chance in the Rugby World. You have no chance in the Rugby World Cup. Us neither. I'm still traumatised after that awful match. I know the Chiefs are Kaiser Chiefs, but which South African team is the Lions? Punami. Oh, is that the Punami video? And I've forgotten all about it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you again.
Yes, that was. I've scrubbed that from my mind. I no longer worry about that. Dipsy. Is that the yellow one, wasn't it? Tinky. I was the purple one. That was Tinky Winky because he was the biggest and I was bigger than my friends. Question, my towel broke for the fish room. Is there any way to get some AA towels in the US reasonably? Not the embroidered ones, I don't think. I don't know if the spread shop has towels. No, I'm not sure. Did you see Rear Exports? No, I don't think I did. I put it on my planner to watch, I think. Yeah, the Christmas one. Yeah, that it's on my planner, but I haven't watched it yet because I got distracted because a new season of Ragnarok came out, which is another. I almost said Scandi drama there. It's not really a drama. It's more of a. It's about Thor, basically. This kid becomes Thor, and yeah, it's great. So I've been watching that, and also I've been watching another guilty pleasure of mine because you know I'm down with the kids and all that. Top Boy, I've been getting into that recently. I've been watching all of them. I'm 48 and we didn't have a TV in the house until I was 15. So, I had friends that didn't have a TV and they still saw the Goonies. You found a way to watch. Everybody I knew had a copy of the Goonies on tape, and it would just be on all the time. It blows my mind. I cannot envision a universe where someone hasn't seen the Goonies. My kids have seen the Goonies. Ask my kids, and they'll know all about it. I don't see how it skipped a generation. And it's not just because I showed it to them. All my kids' friends have seen the Goonies. Travellers is I'll give it one more go. So my Travellers is an amazing story. I'm sorry you're having trouble getting engaged with it. It's well worth it. Check it out on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll try. So my general rule of thumb with anything, be it an album, a TV series, audio book, whatever, I give it 4. So you get 4 chances. So if it's a TV series, you get the first 4 episodes. If I watch the first 4 episodes and I don't want to watch the 5th, I won't watch the 5th. If it's an album, first 4 songs, if I don't want to listen to the 5th song, it's not happening. A book, first 4 chapters, no. So I apply that to everything I do. I give it 4 goes. YouTube channels, I'll pick 4 videos. If I get those 4 videos and I get through them and I don't want to watch another one, you're out, done. Travellers, I've tried several times. I cannot get past 2 or 3. I think I made it through 4. And I was just like, don't get it. So I'll give it another chance. As I'm getting older, it's getting harder to do 4 episodes of something, because quite often my nighttime routine is, by the time I get me time to watch TV, it's like 10 o'clock at night. And I used to be a proper night bird. I'd stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, no problem whatsoever. Nowadays, I stay up till 10 o'clock at night, put it on the TV and go, right, let's watch this film. And then I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, and go to bed. So it's hard. It's harder. I won once. Don't forget me. I can do things. Yeah, you can be on the team. Don't worry. You can be our actual scientific expert. Can we try gold mode on the quiz? Oh, gold mode. What the hell's gold mode? We tried that other mode before, and that was a complete disaster. No, we can't, because I have deleted everything. Where's it gone? Alright. Okay. My sets. So if we look at 122, gold mode is build your riches in this chaotic mode by answering questions to earn gold and take it from other players. What did we try last time? Was it fishing frenzy? Cast out your line and answer questions quickly to reel in the biggest fish in the whole wide sea. Speed and luck. Gold mode seems speed and luck as well, and it didn't go well. We can give it a go. Maybe we'll do like a special midweek stream where we just do different types of quizzes. Shall I start a new channel just for quizzes? This is giving me flashbacks of Pot Noodle Gate, where I decided to make food review videos and do a review of a pot noodle, and my channel tanked for 6 months. Okay. Question, not a question, but you don't want to miss it. I just purchased a tropical trio through the store. Do not send it to me. Instead of a super chat, because I don't want to pay YouTube's 99%. Oh, Scott. Thank you. Oh, that has touched me. Not in that way. Thank you, Scott. Although, I will send you something for your prize anyway, so, you know. But thank you. That's a very nice... I'd vote for you, Rebecca, but that might be Phil. Well, in a team event, that'd be good. Like, you know, like University Challenge style-y, where... Like, imagine Rebecca as the team leader. In what movie did Jean-Claude Van Damme? She'd be like, nominate Care. And I'd go, yeah, it's this one. I'd probably get it wrong though, wouldn't I? You can send up to 2 kilograms to the US for £7.20 international via Royal Mail. Yeah. I mean, if you want to pay the postage, it is going to cost something like that to send you one, but we can get that done. It shows about the story, season 1 ending. The seasons are short. Okay. I'll try again, but I'm spoiled for choice. I've got a lot of things on the go at the moment, TV-wise. And like I say, I'm finding it harder and harder to stay awake to watch them all. Fish Frenzy was crap. Don't beat about the bush. Second that. It was indeed crap. I agree, because I had to sit here for 15 minutes waiting for y'all to bloody finish it with nothing to do. Why not do University Challenge style? Rah rah rah, we're going to smash the oil. Pork pies down. Pork pies down. Yeah, they can all be enjoying pork pies, and we'll be having our weird beers. You're on Aquarium Daily. We're going to take you down in some game we've yet to make up. I like University Challenge. I know people that were in it or entered. I'd be tempted for this year, but too rusty. I really like Aquarium Challenge, University Challenge. I thought, if anybody's ever heard of Ricky Gervais, he used to do a radio show with a guy called Carl Pilkington, and he declared his love for University Challenge once. If you don't know what University Challenge is and you're in the US, it's basically a quiz show where you have a panel of 4 people from 2 universities. So you'll have like, oh, we're from Oxford College this, and the other one will be like, we're from the Open University. And you'll be answered questions that nobody knows the answer to, and just be amazed that they know the answers to these questions. But the way Carl Pilkington plays the game is he just picks one word, and that's his answer to every question, and he counts the amount of times in a year that he gets the answer right. So it'll be like it does a whole thing about it, but you're like, okay, this year I'm going to answer everything egg. So it'll be like, in what year did the World War II Sherman tank start to be deployed? Egg. And so you'll go months and months and months without getting one of the answers, and then it'll be like, every now and again there'll be, the French jewellery company Fabergé was famous for producing bejeweled what? Egg. Yeah, got it right. But it does feel a bit like that sometimes. It's like, how do these people know the answers to these things? It's cray-cray. Right, oh God, we're into the last 10 minutes. I hadn't even noticed, sorry. If you have any questions, get them in quickly. I shall try and quickly scan through all the other ones. Broken Texan, hey there from Pittsburgh. I got a new baby Oscar yesterday, named Tim Humphrey. You hear that noise? That's my automatic water train system kicking in. Humphrey, someone's named a fish after you. Or more likely, you happen to have the same name as someone else. A lot of YTs, a lot of YouTubers set up PayPal for it now. I've missed something. And Patreon. Oh, is this about the for donations and stuff? I mean, yeah, it's. Does Patreon. And Patreon, does the company make more? So, the way it works with Super Chats, it's something like, at best, 50-50 between. What is it? I'm going to have to look it up. Yeah. anything from 30 to 50% YouTube take of the donations from super chats. Patreon is a lot better, but then, I mean, I used to have a Patreon. I don't even know if I've still got the link to it in the description. But although I do appreciate any super chats, any joining of the channel and all that kind of stuff, I feel like I have to give more, and I feel like I'm already at my limit of production, as in I can't devote any more time to this. That's why if you join as a member, you just get a really big thank you from me rather than extra videos all the time. I keep promising to make extra videos, and I think I might start doing it. I've thought I might be able to do that, but there just aren't enough hours in the day. I've got 3 kids, I've got a full-time job, those 3 kids are getting to an age where they require me to be doing things with them, taking them places and going here, there and everywhere. I've got a quite busy job, so even though I get to work from home most of the time, I do have to do the work, and the running of a fish room takes time. So to do all that and then to find time to make videos as well. That's why tonight the live stream has always been for me more of a bit of a chill out rather than a must expand YouTube empire, must make content, it's more of a hey, let's hang out and fart about for a while. So I appreciate all the donations, any joining of the channel and all that, but I feel like with Patreon and all that, it's like, I need to find a way to make more content, to make it worth someone to do that. So I would be half-assing it, I think. So I can't. I think that's about as concise as I can be. I just can't afford the time to do that, so I won't. But that's not to say if you do give super chats, join the channel, donations, whatever it might be, that's all hugely appreciated, because this all does take time and cost money. I do try and invest in my channel with good microphones and new equipment, mixing discs and GoPros that sometimes work. So yeah, I can't remember why I started answering that question, but hopefully it did answer it. Right, okay, down to the last 4 minutes. The way universities train for University Challenge is like they're going to war. Oh dear. I knew somebody that was on, what was the quiz show? It's the one where you have the experts versus the other team. Jeremy Vine used to host it. I want to say 15-1, but it's not 15-1. Eggheads, that's the one. So you have all the best quizzers in the country are one team, and then some random team. And I knew somebody that was on that once. In fact, I knew 2 people that were on that, and that's why this is an interesting story. I'll preface this by saying I think it's an interesting story. So, first person that was on that was a proper quizzer. They were the substitute, or the spare. So the 4 people who went, or the 5 people who went on TV, were proper quizzers. They would do weekly, if not 2 or 3 times a week, they would do quizzes, would study quizzing, would meet separately to discuss strategy on quizzing, all this kind of stuff. Went on there, got hammered, lost every round, and were out. The second person that went on it, again, was the spare, but they weren't a team. They didn't have a quiz team. I think one of them had never been to a pub quiz before in their life. It was just a bunch of mates, and one of them signed them up for this, and they got accepted. I think it's because they had a woman, an old person, a young person, black person, Chinese person. So, diversity target, tick, we've done this, we've got everyone on. And just because they were mates, they went down, got absolutely smashed in the hotel, rocked up, hung over as hell to do the filming, and beat the eggheads and won all the money. So, maybe that's the Aquarium Adventures way. We'll do that. Maybe we should do it in live, like a meet-up, where we film it, but we do it in person, university challenge styley. Or has the Pepsi Max gone to my brain? I don't know. Didn't the young ones do university challenge? Yes, they did. I can now think of nothing else but other than doing Eggheads or University Challenge in person and us filming it about fish questions. Oh. Okay, let me mull that one over for a while. Oh, Scott. You're being too kind. You're going to make me cry at this point. Your Fluval thing, is that helping? Well, interesting Fluval news. My Fluval rep was in touch with me the other day and is sending me a care package. So it is helping. I don't know if I'm bound by NDAs or anything. I don't think I am. But they were like, "Oh, we've got this new product. Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. I'll try it out." So I'm getting a UVC clarifier. No, UVC. The C is the clarifier. I'm getting a UV clarifier, one that fits onto the new FX models or any FX models. So I might not be the best person to test that because I've always been a bit like UV. Don't get it, doesn't really work for me, blah blah blah, but I'll try it. And they're like, "Do you want anything else?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, what have you got?" Well, I've got loads of stuff, what do you want? And I just feel so cheeky asking for things, and I was like, "Right, okay, well, mega tank lights are a bit crap. Have you got any spare lights lying around? Send me some of them." They were like, "We've got loads of lights, what do you want?" So they're sending me a care package of stuff. And I'm like, brilliant. So even if they just send me a few lights and stuff, it's money I don't have to spend on lights to make things look nicer and better. So that's always good. And rather than sending me one UVC, they're like, "Oh, well, we'll send you two and you can do one as a giveaway." I was like, "Oh, alright, yeah, thanks." But yeah, I don't entirely agree with paid content. Yeah, but I have concerns about doing paid content as well. That's why the only reason I work with Fluval or anyone else, anytime you see me reviewing something, and I know they all say this, but hand on heart, I have an agreement that if I don't like that thing, I'm going to say I don't like that thing, and they can't stop me saying it. In some cases, I've said I'll give them a warning and just not post the video to say I don't like that thing. And then I'll loudly talk about it in every other media outlet that I can think of, but I won't make a video saying, "This is crap, don't buy this." And it's kind of an easy way to sort out the crap from the good stuff. Because if you're not confident enough to say, "Yes, that's fine," you're clearly worried that your product's going to be crap. Fluval, for instance, never asked me to sign any contracts, never asked me. It's literally been, "Hi, we're from Fluval, do you want to try this thing out?" "Alright, okay, where should we send it?" Yet you get these Chinese brands who, I was talking to one of them recently, they're like, "Well, we've developed this light, it's amazing, it does this, that and the other, would you like to try it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, great." "Okay, how would you use it?" "Oh, well, I'd probably put it on this tank here. Could you take a picture of that tank and show us?" "Alright. Right, these are the main talking points we want you to talk about." "Alright, I'll cover them. Now, could you sign this contract if we sent it over to you?" It's like a 15-page. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Fluval are literally sending me thousands of pounds worth of stuff with, do you want it? Yes. Okay, here it is. And you're sending me a £20 light, and you want me... you made me send 20 emails. So the amount of time I've spent on this now has cost me hundreds of pounds worth of my time has been spent negotiating with you to send me your crappy light that you want me to... that just infuriates me sometimes. So the paid content thing for me is I'd love to have someone pay me to make some content. That would be the best thing ever. If I ever get to the stage where I'm big enough to do sponsored videos, where you can just go, oh yeah, this video is sponsored by NordVPN or Shadow Raid Legends or whatever, and then I can go and make the video. Fantastic. But the reality is I'm just not anywhere, not even the same stratosphere as people that can draw those kind of numbers to make that worth it. So while I have been offered money to do product placement type things, the majority of the things I get is, we'll send you a thing and you can make a video about it. That'd be great. So no money exchanges hands, and the only ones that I say yes to is where I can say, I'm going to say, well, it's good or bad, I'm going to say that. That's fine, because a lot of them, and I'm saying it's a good 80% of them, they want me to do like a scripted thing, where I don't mind saying, so I'll often say to them, tell me what your USPs are, or the bullet points that you want me to hit of information about your thing that makes it special that you want me to cover, so I can say, Company X says this is a brilliant thing because it does this, this, and this, and its main features are that, and the other. And then I can go into, I found that to be bollocks, that to be crap, and this to be rubbish, or, more often than not, yeah, it is good, or yeah, it does do well, because I won't agree to do it unless I can say what I really think. So the ones that know it's going to be a bit dodgy. So the one that sticks out to my mind was that the people that sent me the test kit, and I was really excited about that because I love a test kit, as you all know, but this one actually spat out digital readouts of numbers. So it wasn't, that shade of yellow means my ammonia is 1.2. It would say ammonia 1.2. You're like, brilliant, I've got a number, but it was rubbish. It's a great premise, poorly executed, and I made a video where, and rubbish is a bit harsh, it had failings, it had room for improvement, and I think I made a video along those lines saying, I like these things, I don't like these things, and these things need a bit of work, and they were not happy. They were like, we're considering legal action. I was like, alright, I don't care about they hadn't made me sign any contracts or anything like that. They had asked me to. I hadn't signed them. But generally, that side of the review space, just don't give them the thing. If they can't guarantee that I'm going to say it's fantastic, then they're just not going to give it to me. So the only people who end up sending me things are people who genuinely think it is going to be good enough. And yeah, 9 times out of 10, it is good enough. So that's fine. I've never been paid to say something's good, because then you're just into making an advert, and in the YouTube space you have to declare that straight away and say this is an advert, it's a paid promotion. I'm going to say this is great. Pardon me. But the reality is, with what have I got, 16,000 subscribers, I don't make enough to cover the food bill for my fish. So a lot of the reason that I make videos is because I enjoy the process of making videos. The reason I do the live stream is because I enjoy the live stream. I think I have fun. Somebody else must have fun. Some of you come multiple times, so it's something to do on a Friday night. And so this bit's about fun. The videos, I enjoy making videos, editing them, thinking of ways to make things interesting, and let's be fair, showing off. I'm showing off that I've got this fish and I think it's fantastic. Have a look at it. Da-da! I've got this fish tank. I made it myself. Look at it. Da-da! So, yeah, I'm just a big show-off. That's kind of it. Anyway, I'm ranting now. What? Sorry, I saw that there. I thought Fluval do liquid rubber. Wow. Raid Shadow Legends on Aquarium videos. So yeah, that'd be the dream. Something that they're just paying for the views at that point. So I mean, there's loads of YouTube channels I watch that have millions of subscribers, not in the aquatic space or anything like that. So like, for instance, there's a car channel I watch. I'm not a big car guy or anything, but I enjoy watching it. And it'll be like, here's this, it's Y food. And you're like, what's that got to do with mechanics? Nothing. But he gets 1 million views on every video, therefore it makes sense for them to advertise on him. Question to close, right? Okay, if we can, at Aquarium Adventures, if you were stocking the fish room so it was manageable in terms of food cost, how many tanks would you honestly have? It's difficult because I think it is manageable in food cost because of the way so my YouTube revenue and my Aquarium Adventures revenue pays for the upkeep of my hobby, which includes things like, so if I need a new microphone, I pay for that out of my aquarium income. If I need to buy new heaters, lights, filters, whatever it is, pardon me, it doesn't come out of the family money. So all my wage from my proper job all goes into the joint account and the various savings accounts and all that good stuff, and that pays for life. This is a dalliance. This is a frivolity. It's just a little bit on the side of extraness. So any costs that are associated with doing this, whether it's keeping the fish themselves or making videos, buying cameras, buying lights, buying microphones, whatever it might be, that comes out of that and is self-sustaining. So while I might sound like I'm complaining, oh, I'm not making enough money to do this, that or the other, I'm making enough money to do this. So I'm happy. That's why I'm still doing it. I'm not making money. So it's like a kind of cost neutral type agreement. There's no profit in this. So anything that I'm making through YouTube at the moment, I'm investing back into either the hobby or to YouTube. One day, I'd love it if that wasn't the case and I was making money on all this. But my suspicion is I would just end up investing more in buying better cameras or more fish or bigger tanks or expanding the fish room even further. Buying a bigger tank for this knobhead so he stops smashing into the bloody glass. So don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm very happy. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for any donations because it is costly. It's more about the water, the heat, all that kind of stuff than it is the food. That's probably a bad example to use. But I'm now run way over. I'm 12 minutes over. Go and watch another video. I'm sure Goldwater Aquatics is probably streaming now. You'd probably be able to, if you're still here, you've probably skipped the bit where he thanks everyone and they'll go straight into the meat of the subject. So go and watch that. Say Graham sent him. While I go and have a little bit of a dash to the toilet, so to speak. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for putting up with me. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.